inside?
Yes, he is, but he's with two godly ministers right now, so you cannot see him.
Nevertheless, we'll still go inside.
Mother, I see you in this reflection.
Come along, girl. There's a garden over there. Maybe we can see flowers or roses.
Mother, there's no roses in the bushes.
Hush, child. Hush, little girl. Do not cry. I think I hear voices in the garden. The governor is coming.
Whore,
Useless!
skank,
Spankish Gentile!
slut, whore, slut, whore slut, skank.
As I stood there being called many hurtful names, like dankish Gentile and skink, I started to imagine myself in my native village looking upon my father and my mother's face. Oh, how I missed them. And then I looked upon myself, who once looked girlish and bright, and all of a sudden, I saw a man who was many years older than I, and shortly after, I was brought back into harsh reality.
Who is that man, Hester? I shiver at him. I hate him. Who is that man, Hester?
Minister, I can tell you who he is.
Quickly then, child, who is it?
Master Dimsdale, is that you? Yes, it is. You must have walked in your sleep. Come now, my friend, let me take you home.
The one incongruity that stands within the prison is the rose bush next to the prison door. This rose bush suggests nature's kindness towards the condemned, and it also represents a diversion of society, much like Anne Hutchinson and Hester.
Okay, so red is a recurring symbol in the novel and it has a variety of meanings, such as evil and sin, beauty and independence, and even shame. The rose bush in the beginning of the novel signifies how, even though that it is able to live solely on its own and beautifully, even though it lives in a treacherous environment. This represents how Hester is able to live independently and beautifully, even though others are shame her at the same time. Okay, in chapter 2, right before Hester walks out into the scaffold, she makes sure she embroiders her Scarlet Letter. That way she stands out to the crowd, and that way she is able to embrace her identity. That also, not only her identity, but also the fact that she committed adultery. In chapter 12, the letter A in the sky is directed to Dimsdale. It's basically saying that he is a coward, and soon he is going to have to reveal his true identity to the Puritans. The symbols are weaved seamlessly throughout the entire novel due to the red meaning sin, guilt, love, and individuality, all things that the plot has to deal with.
The symbols help you understand the story by giving them a significance, so that as you read along, you will be able to follow along with what is occurring in the plot. Symbols illustrate the recurring events in the novel and convey Hawthorne's opinions on Puritan society. They also emphasize the point that Hawthorne is trying to make, which is that red is a myriad of meanings and is a constantly changing symbol that is present in the novel. Yes, the symbols are connected to Pearl, Hester, and Dimsdale. Pearl is connected to the symbol of the red garb because she incarnates the sin of what her parents had done, and it also represents her individuality. Just like the color red, Pearl can be described as strong-willed, individualistic, and fiery. Comparatively, Hester connects to the Scarlet Letter because of her sin of adultery, which led her to go onto the scaffold and have herself bear the markings of the Scarlet Letter for the majority of the novel. The rosebush is a connection to Hester's beauty and individuality, with both shine even in an environment where the Puritans shun her. These connections help you better understand the characters by seeing what their motivations or purposes are in the plotline.
The suit of armor seen in the governor's house illuminates how Hester's persona is affected by her sin. The Scarlet Letter is enlarged in the distorted image reflected by the suit of armor. Hester is hidden behind the letter she is forced to wear. She becomes a shell of the person she once was. There's also significance in Pearl noticing that there were no roses on the rosebush. The red rosebush itself serves as a symbol of hope and individuality. An absence of roses suggests the lack of a bright future for Hester and Pearl. Regardless of whether or not the color red has a positive or negative connotation, at any given point in the novel, you'll probably be able to find it in some shape or form. Red is ever present and constantly changing in meaning. Once again, to reiterate, the color red conveys feelings of love, sin, anger, and guilt, and individuality in light of different characters and at different times in the novel. Mother, I see you in this reflection. Damn it!